Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Windows 101. This is a supporter exclusive video, the first of a series of supporters exclusive videos where I explain a various topic in detail. But as a reward for those of you who are supporting me, I'll be doing one of these every week. So today I'm going to talk about Windows. First thing you should know about Windows is that there is, I'm past the login screen and I can't show the login screen, but that there's multiple ways of logging in. Sometimes you can have the picture and point and tap various things. They can make outline a series of dots in a certain pattern. There's PIN codes, passwords, and if you can get it to work. You can also use a picture of yourself or a fingerprint. But there's lots of different security things that you could set up. But once you're past it, you're probably at the point where you want to know how to use Windows and what's the various parts. Let me explain to you what the various parts of the desktop are for starters. Right here is the desktop. As you can tell, this bar at the bottom is gone. It's called the Taskbar. As you can see, there's images to my left. These are icons that I've pinned to the Taskbar. They launch various different programs, like I've got Windows PowerShell here, my browser, a game thing, Skype, which is going to be a subject of a future video itself, File Explorer. This little magnifying glass is the search functionality, and this is the task view. It lets you see all of the various windows that are open at the thing. This is your start button. It opens up the start menu. I'm using Windows 10, so it may change what happens. Like Windows 8, like Windows 7, it'll do the same thing, but Windows 8.1, I think it makes the start menu covers the entire screen, whereas in Windows 7 and Windows 10 it does not. Over here, this is a Windows 10 exclusive thing. It's a weather thing that shows you the weather forecast for the city, and then next to it is the notification area, which shows you all the various icons. Like here, I've got my OBS Studio thing that shows I'm recording. I got Discord here, Dropbox. This one's most importantly, it's the one that you can use to safely remove hardware from. This is the one that lets you know when you're actually when OBS when a program is actually using your microphone. This one's also important. It's the Windows security. We'll be diving into that a little bit later. And here's my audio, and this shows that I'm on a wired network. If it was a wireless network, it'd be a dot with a series of curves. And this is OneDrive. It usually comes pre-installed on Windows 10. Next to it, of course, is the Meet Now thing, and the thing that can change the language. You can always switch it, and it tells you how to do it there. And then next, will be the clock. But if you're using the big icons, you would see also the date here. And then next is the notification thing. Well, if you click it up, you can see the notifications. And also do some quick things like, here's the wireless thing. That's for all the networks. Location thing, where not you want to share your location. All the settings. Now way to get to settings. How to connect various objects. Nightlight, Bluetooth. Projecting your screen from Windows. That's useful on laptops. Screen stimp, where you can get a picture of your screen. Mobile hotspot, nearby sharing. So let's now go look at the start menu. So the start menu will show you all the pinned icons and the groups that have pinned icons. Some of the icons which are white are interactive. They will show you like various things, like if you got your calendar pinned, it will show you that what's any of your any appointments that you have for the day, or holidays. Photos can show you the photos sometimes, I think. There's other ones. Microsoft Edge is the browser which is built into Windows 10. You might not always have it. Some programs you can get from the Windows Store, which is where's Windows Store? I will be doing things like videos on how to use Excel, Word, PowerPoint. If you want to access all your apps, you go to the side here, which, as you can tell, right now we're on pin tiles, but if you want to go to all your apps, you can do there. You also can access your documents directly from here. Your pictures. These are the ones that you set up. The default ones are on the C drive. But if you have an external hard drive, you can remap it so in the settings. So these go to like, say, your external hard drive, if that's where you prefer to put your documents. We'll also prefer where you can put them. Videos, your personal folder. That for me, that's my Acer, because Nathan Pino is just the name. It's not actually the name of the account, just the screen name that I prefer to have shown. The File Explorer, we'll boot up the File Explorer. Settings, which is important, and power. Power is what you can use to log out of your computer, shut it down completely, or restart it. Okay, I think I'll show you the settings. If you ever want to close a thing, say you came into a thing and you didn't want to start a program and you want to close it, the easiest way is Alt F4 is holding both Alt and F4 on your keyboard, or you can press this X button to close the program. This thing will put it into a smaller window, but double clicking on this title bar, which is this up here, will put it back to full size, as you can tell. And then this one here will shrink it down to it's just on the taskbar. Settings is where you can find various settings for, like, you can control your accounts, you can uninstall and uninstall apps, set the default apps. If you need to install, if you want to worry about a printer or an external device, like, say, your monitor, device is where you go. If you have you can also link your phones to your Windows thing. You can control your network and internet. This is very useful if you've got, say, multiple different connections. Say you've got a wired and a wireless. Although they probably should be two separate different networks. Like, if you got two separate different internet connections, those are most likely done in a business. This is where you do it. It's also network and internet is also where you can set up VPN and stuff. Personalization is where you can customize Windows to be how you want it to look like. Ease of access, say you got a vision disability or you can't type as well and you want to be able to make it better. Ease of access is where you go. Gaming is, well, it's basically if you've got a Microsoft account, gaming will let you deal with stuff like that. Updates and security, that's the most important one, because that will help you keep your computer safe and secure against people who might want to try breaking in. Privacy will controls what you share with others, so it's also another important setting group. Search will help you set up your search engine, so you can actually use the search function in your taskbar more efficiently. Okay, so and time and language. We'll go there first, because here you can change the date and time if you have to, but generally If you're set your time zone automatically and set time automatically, I'd recommend that you just leave them. You can also set if you wanted to see an additional calendar in calendar. This is where you would go, in the calendar app. This is where you could change that setting. You can also change if you're moved say from Canada to the United States. This is where you would change your region, and the regional format would switch to be in the U.S. If you want to use a different language other than say English, you can use English. You can also add languages. Like say you're multilingual and you want to have say French, you could easily add French to this, or German or Spanish or whatever. But then, because that way Windows would show up in that language. And then the last one here in this time and language is speech, where you can control what language you speak with your device. Where you can tell what language you speak with your device. You can actually set up your microphone for speech recognition. Then you can pick a voice that you like. You can preview the voice, and you can add a voice. There, and then you hit the home key to get back to the Windows settings screen. But settings isn't the only way you can change settings in your computer. You can also go here and type in control panel, which will give you more options. You can choose to view it by category or not. Or you can choose large icons or small icons. Like here's large icons. These are all the various things. Like you can set up store. Like I'd recommend that unless you're really certain that you know what you're doing, that you leave the control panel alone. Unless you say you need to come install a new printer or device isn't working, or you want to tweak your keyboard. Because if you screw up in here, you really can screw up your computer. So I'd recommend generally that unless you're actually trained to be as an A+ certified, that you'll generally leave the options in control panel and settings alone, unless you've received instructions from someone that you trust to actually go in there. But probably one of the most important things in here, two things that are most important are user accounts, where you can add a new account. Say you have a grandchild that you want to, or a child that you want to have the thing, and you want to set up a separate account. User accounts is where you would set that up. Or you can also set it up in accounts in settings. There's duplicate things. As you can tell, backup and restores was from Windows 7. I don't think that there's any backup in Windows 10. At least I don't think there is. But you can also control the searching from here. And like I said, it's quite dangerous, so you should leave the control panel alone. Unless you actually have a reason to be in the control panel. Of course, there's also various account levels. I'm on my account here is an administrator account, which means I have access to anything on the computer. But there's also standard accounts and guest accounts. Standard accounts you have to type in the administrator's password in order to do stuff that the administrator can do, whereas guest accounts can't be elevated in permissions. In guest accounts, I strongly advise that you not use a guest account, but that if you need someone who's going to use a computer for a day and then not use it, you just create them a temporary account, and then when they're done, you delete it. Especially if you don't want them using your own account, unless there's someone like a computer repair technician who needs to use your account or the administrator account to fix the computer. Most of these apps here are ones that I've downloaded from the internet for Windows, and like I've chosen to put them on the desktop. But Calendar is one that comes built in with like I said, Microsoft Edge is with Windows 10. Solitaire comes with it. I only can use Microsoft Word and Microsoft Office Suite because I'm using it because I got a subscription for it. Philips and TV comes with it. See if you here. Of course, here is the Microsoft Store where you can actually go and get more programs. Skype comes with it. But I think that's all I've got to show you guys around. But like I said, here in All Apps, you can go here if you have an app that isn't pinned to there. So like say I need to go to the camera. I won't click on it, of course, but if I needed the camera, I could just come in here and do it. Cortana is the name of the speech thing, which if you have it enabled, you can just say, "Hey Cortana," and then you'll hear a ding, and then you can give it a verbally. You can ask it to do something, like you can say, "Increase the volume by 25%," or you can say, "Hey Cortana, what's 100 minus 25?" and it'll give you the answer. Or you can give it the name of something that you want to search for, and we'll search for you. Feedback Hub is an app which you can use to send feedback back to Microsoft about it. But really, I think that's all I've got for today. Like I said, this is just a quick overview of Windows 10 and what you can do with it. But until next week, folks, my name's Nathan, aka Swag Nil Ice, and I'll see you all next time on my next video, or the next episode of Rebuilding Victory City. Until then, take care and God bless. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.